Hey guys, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well, and God bless you all. So this is my morning reading this morning. Today's October 17th, 2023. I got up pretty early this morning. Just to give you a little background, I've started a new job, and it's been just, you know how it is with a new job. You're busy and you're trying to learn the job, and things get pushed aside. So I'm trying to get back into reading and just devoting some time to the Lord every single day. And this past few days and weeks or so, I've been trying to really cultivate that relationship again. And this morning, I got up and just prayed and opened my Bible and began to read wherever He took me. And this is where He led me to. And I want to share something with you that He showed me, and it goes along with all these fires. I've done several videos, guys, on these fires, and Maui was no different. I did a video not too long ago on that one, and just sharing what the Lord is showing me as He told me to do. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 8. So if you see in province the oppression of the poor and the violation of justice and righteousness, do not be amazed at the matter. For the high official is watched by a higher, and yet there are higher ones. A high official is watched by a higher, and yet there are higher ones over them. And you can go on and on with that. There's higher ones over that one, and higher ones over him. And of course, there's, you know, people in the shadows and everything else. But this is gain for a land in every way, a king committed to cultivated fields. Now, as I was reading this, I immediately knew what this higher over higher over higher is. That's our definitely our government. But let's narrow the answer down a little bit more. So if you look at Maui, there was a lot of, and all these videos are in the drive if you want to look at them. What I'm saying to you to kind of back up what I'm saying, that this was a money grab, that there was the governor was involved for a land grab there, that the elites home weren't touched by this fire, like Oprah and The Rock and all these guys, and their homes were untouched versus the regular populace was burned, and the police blocked roads. And it's a spiritual fight, first off, so you can understand that this is true, this is happening. And then of course you have the operational weapon, the DEW, whatever it is they're saying, did this, which has been consistent. So with the fires in California that I did videos on, all the way up until this one, has been a consistent theme. But I wanted to really look at this. So if this was a land grab, this verse fits perfectly. So you see that Hawaii and the oppression of the poor there, in a violation of justice that occurred there, and unrighteousness. Don't be amazed. So the Lord's telling you, don't be surprised when these things happen, because these people are wicked and they're evil, and their destruction for you is plotted every single day. But this is gain for a land, all right, which was, we'll say, the quote unquote cover story of why these officials were after Hawaii, this portion of this land. So this is gain for a land in every way. A king committed to cultivated fields. Now, when you look up cultivated fields, cultivated means worked or enslaved or bonded. So entrapped, enslaved, or bonded fields. So they're enslaving these people. We'll pull up actually the program. This is actually a screenshot right here. So I'm going to pull up the program here. Yeah, I just want to make sure you see these words here. So cultivated fields, right here, definition, abad, to work in any sense by implication, to serve, till, enslave, to keep in bondage, to be a bondsman, bond service, compel, to keep in labor. So this is exactly what they want to do to us: enslave and entrap us in every way, shape, and form. And of course, field is land. All right, this they want to enslave this world. It is exactly what they're wanting to do. But what caught my attention, and you'll see where we're going here. So an official is watched by higher, and there are higher ones that over him. This is compartmentalization. Compartmentalization. The best way I can describe it is you know a little bit, the man over you knows a little bit, the person over him knows a little bit more, and they all know your job at the beginning. However, they don't know hire's job really well. When I was in the military, I always thought, you have all these people that have this intelligence, but they don't give it up. They give up a little bit at a time, and if you get promoted, you don't really learn the new job, or you're not really ready for that new job. Almost, it's like you got to learn it. And I always thought that's kind of weird. Like, how come I can't know what he knows? It's like, what's the big secret here? And compartmentalization is the way I described it to somebody recently is if you're on a conveyor belt, okay, and a widget passes in front of you, and you do one thing to that widget, you tighten 4 screws, let's just say. So you tighten 4 screws. The next guy you don't really pay attention to, but he adds a little doodad on the widget. All right, whatever it could be anything, toy car, whatever. He adds something else to it. The next guy adds something else. You don't see the end product at all. You don't even see left or right of what they're doing when it even comes to you versus when it passes to the right. Now, behind you is a supervisor, okay? And that supervisor sees what the man to the left of you does. He puts on a windshield on the toy car, you tighten 4 screws, and then next line he puts on the tires. So he knows what those 3 do, but he doesn't know what the man behind him is watching, and so on and so forth. At the end, you have this crazy car or whatever widget that comes off the assembly line. All you know is you tighten 4 screws on something that looks like it could be a car, but you don't have the understanding of what it actually is. It could be they could mount a machine gun on the thing at the end, and you wouldn't know. You would be none the wiser. And that's the best way to describe compartmentalization. You'll see it in CIA movies and Jason Bourne, all these different movies where the information is kept secret, and that's why the government is so big. Is because they have to have these people overwatch people who overwatch people. And it just gets so perverted and huge, and all those people get money, so that's why taxes go up and they get paid off. So as I was reading this, I heard compartmentalization. So I'll take you there like I did. And as I looked at compartmentalization, I'm reading about it, informational security, public private access to information, need to know basis. Okay. But then I saw this Greek fire, and this is what caught my attention. So it originated in the handling of classified information in the military and intelligence applications. It dates back to antiquity and was successfully used to keep the secret of Greek fire. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about, is fire. So what in the world are we going into here? So I clicked on this, and Greek fire was about a weapon that the Greeks used. And I haven't explored this much further from this page, but let's look at this. Incendiary weapon used to set enemy ships on fire consisted of combustible compound emitted by the flame-throwing weapon. Some historians said it could have been ignited with could be ignited on contact with water, and probably based on the naphtha or quicklime mixture is what it is. Naval battles, great effect, could continue burning while floating on water. Technical advantage, provided it was responsible for many key victories. And it goes on from there. So I thought this was an interesting tidbit of information here. I scrolled down a little bit. Records of the 13th century Greek event in which Greek fire was used by the Saracens against the Crusaders can be read through the memoirs of the Lord of Joinville during the Seventh Crusade. One description of the memoir says, "The tail of the fire that tailed behind it was as big as a giant's spear, and made such a noise as it came from the sound of thunder from heaven. It looked like a dragon flying through the air. With such bright light did it cast that one could see all over the camp as though it were day, and by reason of this great mass fire and the brilliance of the light that it shed." It goes on to say that it was such a closely guarded secret that they even speculate that it was a mystery, and that they even kind of speculate if it was even real. But anyway, this is how it's done, folks. Okay, so if compartmentalization doesn't work, then it's money, and if it doesn't, money doesn't work. Well, then it's their families, and it's threats, and it's following through with those threats. So anyway, this would be an interesting little read if you want to take a look at it today, or I'll put it in the folder with the other video on Maui is where it'll probably go. But anyway, just wanted to pass this on to you. Greek fire, pretty interesting how this is tied to compartmentalization of a weapon that was used against Greek's enemies. Are we seeing the same thing today? And I think we are, and I think it goes without saying, and I think this is a confirmation that you should take seriously. God bless you all. Take care and be safe. Love one another.